Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on After Love, a new drama about a woman who discovers a secret about her husband after he dies. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 10, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Not sure which country this takes place in. Although they are speaking English, they do have accents, French accents, it sounds like. So maybe it's Algiers? Not sure. But so this woman, her husband dies, and there's also a big crack in her ceiling for some reason. She finds out some information about him because she gets his stuff after he's dead, and I think he goes to visit his second wife, and in the process she ends up accidentally hired as her housekeeper. And goes along with it, I guess, to find out more about her husband's second life, and then gets to know the other wife, and then it's intercut with her like allowing herself being washed up on the beach or something. And then she eventually, I think, reveals, and then here she is watching. I'm not sure what she's watching. Is that the White Cliffs of Dover? Is that what that is? I don't know. It's like falling into the water. It's called After Love. Oh boy, can't read these credits. Let's see. Written and directed by Alim Khan. Now, it's a small movie. Let me see. Is she any of the actresses? No. Okay. So Alim, well, that may be a man's name. I'm not sure. Alim Khan. Doing all the heavy lifting here. So, it looks like very much like a play kind of thing. Definitely a drama. I think this woman, she converted to Islam, I think, which is why she's wearing the headscarf for her husband, and then after he dies, he finds out he had a second wife. He goes to visit her. She doesn't realize the husband's dead, but I think there's a scene where she's talking about, like, she doesn't know she's the other wife, and so she's telling her, well, you know, we all make our choices, or, you know, I'm willing to live with that kind of thing. And I guess she was initially going there to tell her or to confront her, and then realizes she doesn't know, and she was kind of desperate and lonely too, or desperately lonely and shacked up with a guy who already had a wife. Interesting. I mean, yeah. So it's sort of, and it's called After Love because this is like the fallout. Here's the cliff thing falling to pieces. That's kind of cool. Kind of a metaphor of, like, you know, the cliff falling away, revealing something new. That's what him dying represents. So if you're into drama about relationship, ladies, this is probably for you. Would I see it? Maybe. You know, kind of a movie buff, so this wouldn't be totally out of my wheelhouse to go see an art house movie, especially if somebody said, oh, it's pretty good. I mean, the performances seem pretty understated. You know, it's a low budget movie, probably not super long. I might go see it. If we, you know, this would be a good date movie, you know, to impress your date. To know, see, I don't go to see MCU. I go to see fancy movies. Oh, it's only playing here exclusively at the art house. Oh, then we'll go for a cappuccino. So first act, her husband, maybe we get to see him in like one scene, but then like the next day he's dead for whatever reason. Nothing untoward, just he died. And she is shocked and has to deal with the funeral, and he's a Muslim, so they have to put in the Muslim tradition, you got to go into the ground quickly, I think. I'm not sure who goes in quicker, the Jewish people or the Muslim people, but I know it's like you got to be buried within a certain time frame. So she does that, and then it's like, oh, I got to pick up my life. And maybe at first it's not too bad. I mean, she's lost her husband, but he was a good husband. He took care of her. She's got plenty of money, so at least she doesn't have to worry about that. But then she starts looking through his stuff, kind of like wistfully, like, oh, this was his wallet, this was this was that. And he finds these other things. Curious things. Another address. Pictures of this woman. Who the hell is she? Never met her before. And she's like, huh. She does a little research. Suspect that he was cheating on her, maybe? So she decides to go there. Not sure what she... And she's, she converted for him. And so, Muslim wives tend to be more deferential in public to their husbands, but now the husband's gone, so she's kind of on her own. So she kind of doesn't have a choice but to be a little more bold. And she's in a Western society, so it's not like it's a big deal there. So she goes out, stumbles upon this woman, and the second act. Second act is the woman mistakes her for a cleaner or someone who's going to clean out the house because the same husband that she was messing around with or married to, she wants to clean out his stuff, right? So she pretends to be the house cleaner or whatever, and in the process gets to know her. They become friends. It's a few day process, so it's over a couple of days. They get to know each other more and more, and then eventually this woman starts to go, wait a minute, you're not just here to clean the house, or the people who were actually supposed to be here finally called me or whatever. And then she confesses, well, I'm the actual wife of the sea captain, whoever he is. And so then there's more drama there, like, why didn't you tell me? How dare you come here? Whose husband really was it? And maybe in the end they conclude, well, he was really both our husbands. He lived a secret life we didn't know, or I think this woman knew, but she didn't. And then they deal with the drama of that. I'm not really sure what the end result would be. Probably nothing concrete. Probably nothing. I mean, no, who's in the wrong here? The dead guy? Maybe, you could argue. But they're both old. Maybe they stay friends. I don't know. And then at some point she goes into the ocean. It's like one of these indie dramas. So it's not depressing, I'll say. I mean, other than the guy dies. I mean, it's drama. It's relationship drama. I mean, it could be decent. It's a situation I'm not too in tune with in terms of the whole Muslim thing, but and it's European, so it feels in America this feels a little more important than it probably is. But I mean, it's drama. It's what you want in a drama, a relationship that fell apart, and then the fallout from why it fell apart or whatever. So I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be pretty watchable. If you're into that kind of indie drama thing. If you're not, if you're expecting big production values or music or whatever, yeah, it's not going to be that. But for something that's going to have violin music in the background and probably an ending that just kind of ends, I think it'll be decent. Looks like it's shot well. The actors look great. Actors look really on point. So I'll say that. The cast, yeah, I think they're fairly believable, I think. And I like the casting of it because it's not like, and don't take this as a slam against the actresses, but it's not like they hired, the two hottest actresses in the UK. I like that there's, different faces here. It's not Hollywood at all. These feel like real people. So, and I think that really adds something to it. It's going to be a drill down into the characterization, though, because it's really mostly just these two. Mostly her. So it's really going to be, an opportunity for this actress to shine. definitely a good role, and for this one too. So it could be Oscar bait. Could see that being. I mean, this is coming out in the new year, so I don't think it's in time for the Oscars, but it looks decent. Looks well done. Not my kind of movie in general, like I said, but maybe if it came on Netflix, maybe. All right, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. Tomorrow is the live stream. We'll be doing a live stream about movie sequels. Someone suggested, and so I'm going to have the list of sequels. We're going to talk about them. We'll also check the box office and some of the big stories for the week. Usual stuff. Man, we had a gangbusters of a live stream last week, so don't miss this week. I think it'll be good, and we'll see you tomorrow.